many times the last sort of year or two you've sort of had sort of interprofessionals?
Good morning everyone, it's Christabel here. Welcome back to my channel, and it is Immersion week. So this is the first day of classes again since the Easter break, and essentially what happens is in Immersion week is we have a full week of either being in practical stuff or going for GP placement, GP teaching. It depends, everybody has their own rotation. This is the 4th rotation now, and I've done my clinical rotations for Immersion week, the last one for this term. Essentially I am doing professional education, and so what this involves is different people from different clinical routes. So for example, I'm in medical school, there's some people who are in physiotherapy, some in social care work, it depends. All healthcare professionals basically are put into like random groups, and then we're basically talking about how we would go about our multidisciplinary team sessions. So this one's supposed to be on how we would discharge a patient. So essentially looking at all the different aspects that would happen, that is required for discharging a patient. So we were all given different cases depending on the group that we were put into, and so we had to kind of go through it. So today it was to do with brainstorming. So that's essentially what we've just done. It was a 2-hour session. We'll have this session again tomorrow on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday I have to go into the hospital teaching building for manual handling and phlebotomy. So I'm supposed to learn those 2 things, which I'm really excited about because I haven't done it before. We've got to get them all signed in like these like booklets. I didn't turn it around because it has information at the front. But yes, so this is what it is. And then after that, we have to also present our case. So everything that we've done in the case for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then on Friday we will have to present it. Essentially that will be the complete case of what Immersion week is. So I decided why not bring you along, and I will try my best to film as many parts as I can as possible, or at least I'll let you know exactly what happened. So come along with me, another week in a life as a med student. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what kind of videos you'd like to see. Okay, hey guys, it is Tuesday and it's the 2nd day of Immersion week. I didn't film much because it was technically similar to what we did yesterday, but today we just decided to allocate like what parts of the presentation we were gonna do, and I started working on the presentation just to kind of make it zhuzhed up as well. So essentially what happened was we need to do a presentation, and it has to be based on discharging a patient. So we're given a case study and then list out all the things that are really important for discharging a patient. And there's a bit of a twist on this one because it's a pediatric patient. So we've been looking at all the different areas and then being able to like break that down. And then I kind of just made the PowerPoint look a bit more, you know, aesthetically pleasing. I think it looks cool. I'll show you what it looks like anyway. So everybody can edit things together, which is quite cool. So it's basically stuff like this, which is quite cool. And then references. Presentations aren't actually supposed to be done until Friday at around like 1. So what we're gonna do is each person edit their own parts. Then we'll come back to it again on Thursday, because on Wednesday, tomorrow, I have manual handling and phlebotomy. So I'll be going into the teaching building. So yeah, it looks good. We're getting along well. One of the cool things about working in a team was that we were able to like put our ideas together and just kind of brainstorm and then put everything on like each different PowerPoint. So it wasn't just one person's idea or perspective, it was everybody's perspective together, which I think is a really cool thing about working in a group, because instead of just getting one piece of the puzzle, you get a full picture. Everyone, it's Christabel here, and it is a Wednesday, so today I have to go into the hospital teaching building. What I'm going to be doing is manual handling and phlebotomy, and it's a full day, so it is 9:15 to like 5:45. So we do have a break of like 2 hours in between, but it wouldn't be enough time to get back home, so I probably might stay and do some things there, but I don't know. What am I wearing, you ask? So today I'm basically wearing a black top. It's quite a nice top. It's warm. It has a shorthand type thing. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, that's what I'm wearing, with some trousers and some grey shoes to match the grey blazer. The grey blazer, my mum got it made for me, so it looks pretty cool. Oh, and also I really like the way the zip on this is. It doesn't actually have pockets, but it's a cool design, so it works really well. There we go. Being all doctor-like. Alrighty. So it is Thursday. Yesterday we had manual handling and phlebotomy. So manual handling is about knowing how to carry patients. They need to be lifted in emergency situations and making sure that you do not damage your back, because you know if you position yourself wrong, it's not good, you know, to like get back problems and all that type of jazz, really. So it was actually quite interesting to actually see that there is a process in how to move patients from one bed to another bed, knowing how to use mechanical beds themselves and all that. I thought that was really cool, actually, because I don't think we actually think about all the processes that actually are involved in helping patients in that way, especially if they are like movement impaired. So I thought that was really cool to learn about. Then we also had like a gap in between, so I spent that time kind of like seeing sites, and like basically because that time was free, I went to some shops and then I bought some food because I could. And I also talked to course mates that I hadn't seen in a while, which was quite nice. It was good to be able to see familiar faces again and kind of just catch up and see what they've been doing. And also because in the afternoon we got to do phlebotomy, so that was to do with taking blood and learning how to take blood with 2 different types of needles. So there was the butterfly needle and also the vacuette. Once we had done it with the models and knowing the procedure and how to hold the needle, it makes the needle stay in place, which is a good thing. You don't want to get bruises. So yeah, we got to do that. Then we also got to actually practice on each other. So I got to practice on my partner and they got to practice on my hand too. And I actually managed to get it done the first time I got the blood. I was surprised. I was like, okay. We got something. I think it's quite nice now that I've learned how to draw blood, but obviously with practice you get better with it. I think that's really cool to be able to do. And also because these are the type of things that we'll be using in like the clinical space in the hospitals, especially because we're starting our clinical phase for 3rd year. So in BSMS you start clinical phase from 3rd to 5th year, and that would be me by the grace of God in September. So learning all of these important things, it kind of makes me feel even more closer to the fact that I'll be a doctor one day by the grace of God, which is really exciting. So yes, that was cool. Now today we had more group work again for our presentation tomorrow. Our presentation's at 1. Well, it starts, the whole like process starts at 1 and then it finishes I think at 4 or so, but our time for our presentation's at 2:30. So we were just doing practice run-throughs we've got 10 minutes for the presentation and there's 7 of us, so we're literally trying to like keep to time as best as we possibly can. But I think the presentation looks really good, and it has been edited, and we can also edit it a bit more because we all have access to the PowerPoint presentation. So I'll show you what it kind of looks like now. Can you spot any differences? So we've changed like titles, made them a bit shorter, things like that. Trying to make sure that it is legible, but also again, keeping to time and trying to bring across what is the most important things about a discharge for a patient. And there's a little thank you in the reference list. The reference list looks really nice. So I think it's really good that we're able to work in teams, and like, I think it's really good that we're able to work in teams and be able to learn about how discharging a patient is. And also because I find it quite interesting that we don't really think about all these things that actually go in. Like, it's a process in order to be able to discharge a patient so that they can have the best and optimal care, and also be able to integrate back into society well, which is great. So my eyes look a little bit tired. I think it was because I had to wake up quite early yesterday, but I have an Asda shop coming probably in about like 2 hours or so, so I'm waiting for that. But before that, I might just go and get some shut-eye if I can, and then pretty much start doing things from there. So yay.
Are you ready, please?
Yeah, just give me 1 second to share the screen, please. Thank you.
Perfect.
Just 1 second.
So we just have to hum, don't we, in between?
I don't know. Can everybody see this?
That's on screen, yep.
Oh, great. Let me just minimize this. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Christabel and I am part of Group 7. And today we're going to be talking about discharging Oliver, a case study. So this is just an overview of what we're going to be talking today.
Okay.
So for signs and symptoms, they basically go in hand when you're considering what is the best course of action for discharging a patient like Oliver. So these signs and symptoms can help tailor the needs and comforts that Oliver would need.
Keeping his gastrostomy, coordination.
So in conclusion, although there are many priorities that are shared by the MDT team involved with Oliver's discharge, the main objective for Oliver is to make sure that there's a good quality and comfortable care for him. It is important to take into account Oliver and his parents' needs, and making sure that we facilitate and not hinder Oliver's independence. Thank you very much, and these are our references.
I thought it was really good. I'm going to take that back either to them.
Maybe I could try and answer it. I'm thinking of another case. Obviously the healthcare professionals and the parents had different ideas of what would be the best course of action to take. Think about like Gaelic competence and all that as well. It'd be best to talk about it first before any brash decisions are made, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Lovely. Any more questions from anyone? Can we move on?